Congressman Mark Alford from Missouri. I'll tell you, out of the many that we've spoken to, he is the only one who's given that kind of answer. He too faced angry crowds at his town hall when the House was on recess last week. He chalked it up to angry outside agitators, to outside organized protest groups when we confronted him about those town halls. Other Republican lawmakers said it is not the cuts specifically that people are protesting. It is Elon Musk. And of course, in one of the back and forths that we were listening to, it was a town hall, I believe, out of Wisconsin. The response from that lawmaker there to the questions that were being asked of why is somebody who is unelected making these decisions? Why is somebody who didn't earn our vote in charge and at the helm of making these kinds of cuts? His response, of course, was drowned out by more protesters and more applause for that woman who raised her concerns. And that is exactly the tightrope that Republicans are walking here now back in Washington.
All right, Julie Sirkin on Capitol Hill for us. Thanks, Julie.
Now to a story that's really taken off.
Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin completed its 10th space tourism flight earlier today, successfully carrying 6 astronauts on a trip to suborbital space.
The flight only lasted a little over 10 minutes from liftoff to landing, but the crew was emotional and celebratory when they arrived back on Earth after getting to experience brief weightlessness while in space.
Joining us now, NBC News correspondent Marissa Parra, who's watched all of this. Marissa, I can't imagine what those crew members have felt up there. What did we hear from them?
So as we have been talking about, this is space tourism at its finest, and to get a seat on here can cost you anywhere between hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. Now, this can be self-funded. There are people who have, of course, been sponsored in the past. So we have 6 astronauts who flew up, a repeat mission for one of them. But here's what we heard from one of the world's newest astronauts this morning.
This is my small dream.
I thought I knew what home was, but when I was floating up there, and you see it right there, it's like you're home, and you get this new definition of what that means.
And as you could hear, the emotion in her voice, guys, if you can believe it, the whole experience lasts just about 10 minutes from launch to landing. And it's only a few minutes of weightlessness, but as you could hear from Elaine, she hides words right there, her testimony after she just landed back on Earth. Just a few minutes was enough to change her for an entire lifetime, guys.
I mean, yeah, a lifetime of memories there, Marissa. In other space news, a new lunar lander is set to launch to the moon this week. What's the mission?
Yes, that spacecraft is called Athena. This is IM-2. It's supposed to launch tomorrow night, and it's the moon's south pole, because that is where scientists are eager to discover, learn more about what's beneath the surface, specifically the presence of ice water. So this is going to have drilling capabilities to get a closer look at that. But guys, what's interesting is this is also the 3rd lunar lander launch within the span of roughly a month. So also this weekend, we're expecting Firefly's Blue Ghost lander to potentially make a landing on March 2nd this weekend. So we talk about the ramping schedule of space news. It's not just humans going up to suborbital space flight. It's not just Starship that we might see happening on Friday. We've also got lunar landers going up in rapid succession. So as always, busy time for spaceflight.
Lots for you to keep track of, Marissa Parra. Yeah. Thank you, Marissa.
Time now for some consumer news here on Earth. An 80-year-old fabric company is shutting down.
And a Chinese company is reversing a policy that told employees to get married or be fired. Bertha Coombs joins us now with today's CNBC Money Minute. Hi, Bertha.
Hi, Kate and Sinclair. This one actually makes me sad because when I started out as a reporter, I would make all of my clothes and I would go to a place called Joanne Fabrics. After 80 years, the company is shutting down because it filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy and has not been able to find a buyer. The company is going to be holding sales and sell off all of its merchandise. At this point, doesn't look like they will be getting a buyer anytime soon. Very sad to see something go out of business. Meantime,